Hello guys, welcome back to another video tutorial, and I'm going to be starting a new video tutorial series. I'm going to be teaching you about Python from now on. In our hacking tutorial series, what we're doing is web application penetration testing. So what I want you guys to do is learn Python side by side, because you guys are going to want to write your own spiders so that you can crawl the web through it. You can use Burp Suite, whose video will be coming out today. So that's actually a very handy tool. Like I said, every hacker uses it, and you guys can write your own spiders. You guys can use Burp Suite, but it's handy to know how things work. It's nice to get your hands dirty. So for those purposes, I'm going to be teaching you Python. Now let's get on to what is Python. So Python is a widely used programming high-level language. It's a general-purpose language, and the best part is, for me, the reason why I started Python is because I hated C. I started out with C, and it was way more complicated. And quite frankly, when I actually searched for all of the languages that are programming languages that are present in the world that are being used in the industry, Python was one of them. And one of the major reasons why I actually got drove towards Python was because it had a cool name. Like, I really liked the name, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna start using this. And I bought some books, I learned a little bit, and I hope you guys can see my screen because it turned off any fucking ways. So like I said, it had a cool name, so I started off with Python, and it kind of stuck with me. It's a pretty cool language, guys. And the best part is that you can spin up a code in about 50 lines and be able to do a lot of things. So Python is mainly used for big data and what do you say, machine learning technologies. So in about 50 odd lines, you guys can create your own neural networks with proper RNN. Yeah, so RNN are recurrent neural networks, but we're not discussing neural networks over here. We're discussing Python. So it's actually a great language, and the code is rather smaller in size than compared to C or Java, the more popular languages, and it's way less complex. So let's hop right here. So this is a simple program written in Java, and all it would do is print out a line. Wow, it should anyways, it would print out this word. I have no idea why this guy didn't write hello world. So all of these lines actually create a class and a function in it, and a constructor actually. But don't worry about that, and this is the line that you guys can use to print out something on the screen. So you guys can see the difference between Java and Python. It's pretty clear that what this thing is doing, but over here you guys have to figure out which class is this, which constructor is this, which function it's calling to. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So you guys want to do is hop onto your Linux terminal, and I already have it open here, so I can just write. You will already get Python packaged in almost any Linux boxes. If you don't, I am surprised why. Maybe light versions you don't of Linux. Anyways, let's get on with it. So I have a Kali 64-bit edition. I'm just gonna type in, oh god, Python 3. Press enter. You get this interactive shell. Now what the shell does is that any program that you run on Python can be run on this shell. Any program. And the best part about Python is that it's also high level. It's also a high level language, and it's also object oriented. Which it should be. And a lot of programming languages, if you're going into the field of programming, you should know object-oriented languages. Like, it should be on your tips. So it's pretty good thing about it. And let me bring back my terminal over here. So like in that website specified, if I type print parenthesis, inverted commas, and or quotes, type in hello world and hit enter, it prints out hello world. It's as simple as that. So what you guys want to do is head on to python.org and go to the download section, hit enter or click on it like a normal fucking person, and you guys will see two versions of Python. Now 2.7.14, when Python started out, version 2 and ahead were the main versions, but later on a lot of difference in syntax and how shit works was changed, and a new version 3 and so on were rolled out for distribution. And the difference between these is that Python 2.7 will be killed off in 2018 or 20, I don't remember properly, and 3.6 is going to be prevalent, is going to prevail, and this is what you guys should download. So if, like I said, if you're on Linux, you should already have it by now, and if you're on Windows, what you guys want to do is head on down here, and you guys will see two versions. One will be x86, that's for 32-bit operating systems, and the other will be x64, which is for 64-bit. For example, there will be two versions of 3.6.2. One will be for 32-bit and one will be, one will be for 64-bit. So grab the language that's good for your architecture. I would recommend grab a 64-bit if you have a 64-bit operating system. And these are all the languages that have been rolled out in past couple of decades, and these are the release notes. You can also get the source code for Python itself. It's an open source language, and it's actually pretty good. So you might be asking yourself, why do I need to learn Python? Why not C or C++ like everybody else starts out with? Yeah, first of all, it's nice to grab. It's easy to learn, it's easy to pick up, and it's kind of cool. You know what, I'm just gonna head to Windows for a bit and let the page load. Yeah, I'm downloading some shit in the background, that's why it's alright. So you get the 32-bit web-based installer and the 64-bit web-based installer. You guys can download any of them based on your architecture. This is for 3.6, and then we have with the 2.7.14. Yeah, so okay, this one. These are the development ones, so don't just install them. Alright, you're not suitable for these. And these are the MSI installers, so just get any of them you want. For Windows these are, and for Linux, if you don't have it and you still want it, let me exit out this Python shell, type in apt install Python 3 and hit enter. I already have it, so it says, bro, you already have it. Or you can type in apt get install Python 3, and if you're not a super user, type in sudo first and hit enter. I'm just gonna clear this out, and I should update my Python version actually. Anyways, so that's about it. The second thing you guys would want to do is type in idle, and okay, I don't have an idle. What the hell? Actually, as it happens, I don't happen to have an idle, so let me just install it real quick. Apt install idle, and yes. So what idle is okay, not idle as in you're sitting there doing nothing. Idle as in the integrated development environment. So what it does is that it provides you a basic syntax highlighting, and you guys can, it basically provides an environment for you to code in, alright, in Python. So let's see how much time will it take to download. Not a lot. I'm gonna wait for it to download. Okay, so the difference, so why I use apt instead of apt get is because I need to fucking see how much processing has been done installing it. I don't want to just sit around and wait for it. And triggers has been processed. If I type in idle, I don't think so. These are for, yeah, I thought so. So this is the idle for 2.7. What the hell? Do you guys see this? Weird. Anyways. So this is like an interactive shell but GUI. So if I type in Control N and bring it over here, and let's write our first Python program, or your first any program if you haven't done programming in the past. I'm gonna say print hello world. I'm gonna put this in where's home Sahel scripts. Okay, seriously, scripts. Yep. And the name of the file should be my first program.py. So any files that you have written in Python should end with the extension py. It also says pyw. It's because, well, you know what, I'll tell you later. So if you hit F5 and save it, you run it, this is the interactive shell, and you get this hello world printed out. Now it seems kind of lame right now, but it's actually a pretty powerful language. What you guys can do, okay, so what happens is that if I press F5, this prints out hello world. I'm doing this in 2.7.13, as you guys can currently see. I will update my idle for Python 3.6 version, so don't worry about that. There's not a lot of difference. In Python 2 version, what you guys can do is print hello world without the parentheses. So hit F5, yes, save it, and it still works. But in 3.6, it will call out an error. So let's get on with it. Hello world. All right. Also, like I said, the burp suit tutorial will be coming out today. And one more thing that I'd like to address about my phonetics. Apparently, guys, I don't give a shit. Okay, I don't care if you guys can understand. Like, if you guys can understand it, it's good for you. All right, good for you, dude. You guys can understand what I'm speaking. I'm speaking English. If you guys having trouble with that, and if you guys don't, move on. Like, find another tutorial that you guys would like to see, that you guys enjoy, that you guys can say that yes, this guy can actually speak and knows his shit. I don't care. Okay, I just put out videos for beginners and for people like me who actually had a lot of trouble, coming up to par with everybody else and understanding basic stuff. So I actually am. I don't feel like I owe you guys anything. So complaining about my accent isn't gonna do anything. It's like, yeah, sure, whatever. I didn't pronounce that thing right, or I didn't pronounce that thing wrong. It doesn't matter to me. So if you guys could stop complaining and just go on with the video, that's your wish. If you guys want to complain in the comments down below, sure. And that's it for today's video. I'm gonna be putting out a burp suit video today. You know what, I'm gonna put a burp suit video today as well. That'll be for the hacking series. And thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions except for my funny accent and my phonetics and my way of pronunciation, feel free to put them down in the comments. I will be happy to answer. And thank you guys for watching. You know what, this is a shitty video for being dead honest, because I just said print hello world. So if you guys want to subscribe. If you guys don't want to, don't. See ya. Stop recording.